How everybody's doing? We good? We up? Ready for lunch? I'm ready for lunch. So we're gonna make, I don't have insurance on this chair, so all your toes, y'all gotta be careful with that. Do not try to bill me after this, all right? So real quick, I'm just gonna share my story, right? And in the midst of my story, I just wanna be able to give you some pointers on being able to move forward in school and in life, all right? My question to you is, anybody know what paralyzed means? Can you raise your hand? What does that mean?
Disabled.
Disabled. Anybody else? Yep. You can't move your body at all. Anybody else? Yes. When you can't feel? Yes. So my thing was that I was paralyzed and I already had a wheelchair way before I had a physical wheelchair. So what happens is that even though you guys, see me in a physical wheelchair right now, prior to me being in this stage, in this form, I was already in one. How many of you guys got a wheelchair right now? So basically, how many of you guys, the way you think is paralyzed? You see, I come from a long line of welfare recipients in my house. I didn't have no father. My mom was in and out. My grandmother raised me. All females in the house. I had 2 male figures in the house, which was my grandfather and my uncle, but they were both heroin addicts. So by the time I was 6, I was catching them with the needles in their arms. So way before I was in a wheelchair, I already was paralyzed. I already had that mental wheelchair. Because what I did, I thought that my situation defined who I was. By the age of 13, I was smoking bud already. My grandmother would buy me weed so I don't have to go outside and get in trouble. You see, my household, the mentality was very paralyzed. That's all I was emerged with. Not realizing that my situation never defined who I was. By the time I was 15, I was already emerged in gang activity. Full-blown gang activity. I was playing with them guns. I was playing with those drugs. It's funny? I'm just saying. It's funny now because nothing serious has touched you like that. But I promise you, baby boy, you gotta be ready for life. Because there's gonna come a time in your life you're not gonna be able to laugh. It's gonna come a time in life you're gonna look to your left, look to your right, nobody's gonna be there. So by the time I was 17, I was already full-blown activity in the streets and doing what I wanted to do. Guns on me, selling drugs, dropped out of 9th grade. Because I can't play football, my excuse was, like a lot of you guys right now, y'all too cool to even get the message. Some of you right now are going through something real serious at home. Some of you are going through something real serious right now in school. Or maybe all the above. Some of you right now are numb to what's going on. And the first one to smile or laugh, that's the one that mostly going through it. You see, me deciding to leave school and drop out of my 9th grade and ended me up in the streets. By the time I was 17, I was already buying drugs, selling drugs, doing drugs. I thought I was a grown man. I didn't want to listen to anybody. I thought everything was funny. I always had something smart to say. I thought I had an S on my chest. I was 17 and I was giving it to grown men. My hands like, step to me, I'll give you something. See, because my thing was all pride. Because my situation, I thought that's what defined me. And I'm here to let you know that, number one, your situation does not define. Whatever you're going through right now does not define who you are. Your character, how you conduct yourself, is what defines you. Do you understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all fun and games until something happens and your life shifts. You see, it came to a point that I had crack cocaine, and I'm walking from one side of town to the other side of town to the next project to bust some sales. Whoever don't understand that lingo, I was going to go sell drugs to make money. In the midst of that, I'm standing in front of, walking by a courthouse, and I got a couple of dudes just sitting there, right? And they joking around, whatever. Obviously, they're there because they had to go see a judge and go to court. So me walking by, I stopped because I know a couple of them. And as me talking to them, I didn't realize that a couple of minutes prior to that, they were playing with a cap gun. So then playing with the cap gun, I'm standing in front of the Bristol Courthouse Police Department, and I have what on me? What do I have on me? I got drugs. I got crack on me. That's to let you know that already, I thought it was funny. Like, I thought it was cute. Because I do what I do. And let anybody tell me otherwise. So as I stand there in front of the courthouse with my mental wheelchair, still with my paralyzed mindset, I'm thinking nothing of it. But they come outside because somebody reported that somebody was playing with a cap gun. So I get handed up against the wall, and they find what? So listen, let me explain to you. They didn't even have to put me inside the car. They just walked me inside the building. Remember, the Bristol Police Department on the bottom, the courthouse on top. And I was right at the doorsteps. So I get arrested, get charged for a felony. For the grace of God, I got bailed out, and I got a court date the following month, which that moves us to May 2nd of 94. May 2nd of 94, even though I wasn't living in my house already. I've been out of my house since I was the age of 15. Who had to come with me? Who? Grandma, parents. Because I'm a what? I'm a minor. So even though I was grown, even though I was the man, even though I gave it to whoever stepped into me, even though I was playing with them guns, even though I had that money, even though I had the girls, I even had some whips, I'm still a baby. I'm still a little kid. Society tells me that your mind is still not developed enough to come in here and face these charges. So I had to bring my mom. As I bring my mother, she's upset. She's doing the whole in your ear thing because guess what? You know, she had to leave work. She had to lose a day, and she's telling me how much of an influence I am, how much of a failure I am. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, yo, listen, stop kicking me while I'm down. Like, I got it. I know I'm gonna go to jail. I know this, and I'm saying this to myself, like, yo, listen, man, that's what you do best. Is just kick me. And how many of you guys you have somebody that loves you, that's supposed to love you, and they're the ones that bring you down. They're the first ones to criticize you. You see, you didn't never taught me to go to school and do what I needed to do. So how dare you tell me I need to go do something that you're not doing yourself? How dare you? But that was me blaming everybody else and everybody around me because I'm not where I wanted to or where I should have been. So May 2nd of 94, I'm walking through the building of the police department courthouse to go face my drug charge that I caught a month prior. In the midst of all that, we sitting down just like we sitting in the courtroom just like this. And I got my head down, and I promise you, I'm saying to myself, something's got to change. Something's got to change, man. I'm numb. I'm tired. And I'm only 17, man. In the midst of all that, I'm sitting there, my mom's still letting me have it, and I'm just saying, man, God, man, just let her be quiet. I just need some silence right now. I look to my right and I lock in because my man walks through the doors, and I lock in on somebody, and my man is looking at me, I'm looking at him, my stomach knotty. The hairs in the back of my neck went up. The heat of my face came down. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation you know something's about to pop off. How many of you have been in that? Like you've been in a situation, you know you just locked in the eyes with somebody, something's going to go down, but even though if you're scared, nervous, or whatever it is, you do what? We do what? We man up, right? Head up, shoulders back. Like what? Because what I've been doing a couple years prior to that was what? I've been on the streets doing what? Gangbanging, doing what? Selling drugs, doing what? Playing with the guns, playing with everything else, right? So I built a name for myself. See, I made that decision. And it was easy for me to make that decision because I thought my situation defined who I was as a person. And in the midst of all that, I promise you, as I lock in with this dude, he looks at me, he gets on the phone, so I get on the phone. 15 minutes after that, a couple of dudes showed up right after that. So there's 4 of them. Just me and my mother. And my mom is like, yo, please, Jorge, don't, like, please, like, chill, man. She know. My biggest weakness and my thing is my pride. Like, I don't care. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to disrespect. You're not going to get over on me. And as we start just arguing, they start throwing hand signs and all that good stuff. And then one of them disrespecting me in front of my mother. At the midst of all that, that turned into a physical altercation inside the courtroom. And I need you to listen to this. Because sometimes, majority of the time, we make decisions even and let our emotions, going back to what Bobby's saying, letting your emotions get the best of you. And you end up in a situation that you can never, listen, one situation will change your life in seconds. As we start fighting, and I'm fighting all 4 of them. My mom is screaming in the background like, yo, listen, please don't stop. Sheriffs grab us, they all hemmed us up, they grab my mother, and they walk us down the stairs, and as they rushing us down the stairs, and they telling us I'm going to get a warrant by the time I get outside. So I said to myself, now we popping it off. Like now it's in. I don't know how many of you guys been in a situation that you zoned in, you black out. That's it. It is what it is. You ready to take that loss. You see, all my life, I've taken losses. That's what I come from. I come from the ground. I come from the bottom. I come from nothing. I'm accustomed to take losses. So as they throw us outside and I square up with my men again, I hear my mom saying, gun, gun, gun. As soon as I take a left and I look to my left, I got 2 seconds to decide whether I run back into the building or run in front of my mom. And I promise you, as soon as I decide what I did, I jump in front of my mom, I got hit multiple times. I got gunned down May 2nd of 94 at the doorsteps of the police department courthouse at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Once they hit me once, hit me twice, I said to myself, I don't know if you ever seen The Matrix, but that's exactly how my life at that moment happened. Everything just slowed down. Everything was just stopped. Like you could hear time clicking. As he hit me by the 2nd time, I decided, I'm like, yo, listen, they're going to kill you. And I'm saying it to myself, they're going to kill you. And I turn around and I try to run and I collapsed. Homeboy ran up on me and hit me a couple more times on the back. This is May 2nd of 94 at 12 o'clock at the doorsteps of the police courthouse. You see, prior to that, I thought I was the man. Prior to that, I thought it was all funny and games. Right after that, I was sitting in a hospital for the grace of God. And the only reason I made it through that is because the ambulance were actually having a lunch right at the scene. Because I would have never made it. If my mom would have gotten hit, she would have never made it. Moving forward, I'm sitting in a hospital with diapers at the age of 17. To this day, I gotta wear catheters to urinate every 3 hours. And if you don't know what a catheter is, it's a long plastic tool like this that goes into my private, inside my bladder, so I can urinate. Due to the fact that I gotta do that, that creates bacteria inside my body, so I get sick. So like right now, I come all the way from Massachusetts, and I'm sick right now. I'm on antibiotics. Usually what I end up in the hospital. 2 years ago, I was in the hospital for a whole year in the same bed because of a skin breakdown that turned into a bone infection. Just 6 months ago, I went through the same surgery that landed me in the same bed for another 6 months. And I share this with you, not because I want you to feel sorry for me. I want you to understand that any decisions you make right now, moving forward, will change your life, whether good or bad. And you have to choose what that is. You have to determine yourself what your life is going to be. You have to be willing to sacrifice who you are to become who you want to be. I'll tell you right now, I'm here to let you know that even though I've been in this wheelchair for 23 years, I didn't let my situation define who I was. All right? Not only I'm a master barber, I'm a stylist. I own a barbershop with 11 chairs. January 6th, in Worcester, Massachusetts, is the Jorge Sierra Day. I'm a dropout, but I went back and got my GED after being in business for 10 years. Like I didn't let my situation define who I am. And a lot of you guys right now, you let your situation define who you are. Your character is everything. Like you could laugh, you could joke, it's all good, but who's going to be there when you need to man up and hold yourself accountable or woman up? Stop blaming everybody else for your mishap. All my life what I did, I don't got a father in my life. That's why I do what I do. My mom was in and out. Yo, for real? It's your life. Take ownership of your life. Do not let anybody or anything get you out of character because you're going to lose. And because I allowed somebody to get me out of character, I ended up in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. But it never stops there because I refuse to lose. I refuse to lose. And because I refuse to lose, I refuse to let my situation define who I am. And because I refuse to let my situation define who I am, right now, I do what I do. I travel across the country. I'm a CEO of my multiple businesses. Do you understand that? You understand the beauty of that? I don't get paid to come here. I come here because I love you. I come here because I'm speaking to myself. When I was in that 9th grade, that nobody had the chance to be able to come and talk to me and speak life to me. I'm not trying to sell nothing. I'm not trying to sign geek here. I'm just trying to tell you, yo, listen, you're great. You have greatness inside. And some of you just got to dig deep and find that. You're more than enough to get through life. Do not let anybody or anything get you off track. You're winners. And if nobody has told you today, I love you. That's why I'm here. I wish somebody was able to do what I'm doing right now, because I'll be honest with you, sometimes it just takes somebody to say something for something to click. If you're in your circle and you doubt these people around you, you'll get away from that circle. Don't play yourself. I'm going to leave you with this. Stop following the trend and become the trendsetters. Don't get caught up on social media, man. I'm a barber, I'm a stylist. 90% of that nonsense is fake. Dudes flossing to make other people feel better about themselves that don't care about them anyways. Half the time you're trying to impress somebody that doesn't care about you. Impress yourself. Challenge yourself. I live by 4 things. Faith, hard work, consistency, and I'm always willing to stay uncomfortable. And because I live by those things, I promise you, this is what I've done after 23 years. And I'm going to share with you, because after 23 years, the doctors told me I would never stand up again. I would never walk again. I would never do anything. And I refuse to believe that. I refuse to give up on myself, and I refuse to let anybody or anything get me off my track. So after 23 years, guys, man, I've been working step by step, little by little, and this is where I'm at. You see, they all laughed at me, and now they ask me how I do it. And I need you to understand that. Your life is what you make it. I have a walk process. My walk process is number 1, what is your wheelchair? Like, you got to identify what that means. What's the problem? Why are you not getting to the next level? Why are you not winning? Why are you not getting the grades? Why are you not, you don't feel accepted to whatever the situation is? Be honest with you, find what that wheelchair is. Once you find that wheelchair, you got to aspire to be great. Like, you got to believe it. You see, people laughed at me. They laughed at me becoming a barber. They laughed at me that I would ever walk. And then now I'm laughing. Now I'm giggling. But my character says that no matter what, I'm still going to bring those brothers and sisters up, because it's all character. It's how you carry yourself. That's how you define who you are. You got to learn how to live in your purpose. And at the end of the day, you got to kill that wheelchair. You got to dead whatever that problem is. Whatever you're going through for the last 5 years, whatever you're going through for the last couple weeks, dead it. Forgive it. Forgive those people that hurt you. Because without you forgiving them, without you, moving forward, you'll never grow to the next level. That's my time. I love you. Anybody has any questions? Everybody's clear on what it is? I need you to understand that we're here to win. I push every day because I want to make sure I give my family what they want. I push every day because I want to be the father that I never had in my life. I push every day because I want to be the parent that they never did to me, that never were to me. I push every day because I want to give my kids what they never gave me. But it starts here, right now. Stop making excuses, look in the mirror, and take ownership of what's going on in your life. Whatever you're going through does not define you. Are we clear on that? Are we going to keep winning? All I need you to do is get 1% a day. Dominate today. Forget what happened yesterday. You can't control that no more. Whoever hurt you, that's on them. You forgive. You forgive. Don't hold on to that hurt because it's not going to let you grow. And tomorrow, it's not guaranteed. I want you to plan for tomorrow. But tomorrow is not guaranteed if you don't dominate what's in front of you right now. And the way you get into tomorrow is by making sure that today you dominate everything, your classes. Like, yo, have fun. Enjoy yourself, your teens. But don't have fun to a point that you're jeopardizing your schooling, your future, your ability to go to the next level. And not only go to the next level, but bring those loved ones. How many of you guys got brothers, sisters, loved ones at home right now that you love dearly? Like, that you would do anything for them. See, what you're going through right now is not for you. It's so you can help these individuals. Let's create legacy, all right? Love ya. Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question? How did I get some? That's a beautiful question. Thank you so much. All right, so the year that I got gunned down, that I got literally gunned down multiple times, I had a daughter. I was gunned down May 2nd of 94. She was born December 14th of 94. And I knew that I needed to be the person that I needed to be to take care of that baby girl. And from there on, I just kept striving to be the best version of myself. Thank you. Love you. Yes, anybody else? Stay blessed.